Some of the most beautiful moments in life are unseen, just like the feeling of falling in love, just like the feeling and sensation of gratitude, a moment of impact, a moment of passion, a moment of success and achievement. There is one thing that all of these have in common, and that is that we have to be fully present in the moment to fully receive them. Now, in these special moments that we all feel, it is so important to keep in mind that they're able to be grabbed upon at any moment. You can grasp them, you can reach them, and they're available. Now, I have been studying self-development, human behavior, and mindset for over a decade, and I am so excited to share with you guys 3 main tools that have helped shape me who I have become today, and of course, to become a stronger version of myself. The very first one is having a compelling vision. Your life must have some sort of mission-driven purpose. The second one is finding the gift in the pain, finding the gift in the challenge. And third, living a life of contribution, giving back. Some of the most incredible leaders all share many amazing qualities, but one big trait that they have is that they are visionaries. They see things in the future that have not yet come to life or a physical form quite yet, but it is something that we all want to participate in. Vision. Also, another trait that great leaders hold is that they also see things as they are. They see the truth and they call it forward. Great leaders see a better tomorrow. They see a brighter life. And their commitment to not let anything get in their way of being able to bring that vision, that dream, and manifest it into reality. I have been so inspired by that visualization and vision that it's something that I've definitely integrated into my life. Now, my parents were visionaries. They brought me to the United States of America when I was 11 years old, and they left a whole life behind. It wasn't easy. They sold all of their belongings. They had to leave their community, their friends, but they had such a vision, and it was so compelling that they were willing to take the biggest risk that they've ever taken. And they saw a brighter future for their kids. They saw opportunity, and they also saw possibility of something that perhaps they never had the chance for themselves. I'm forever grateful for the beautiful gift that my parents gave me by coming to this country, and I don't take it for granted. I definitely take advantage, though, of living the American dream. They had the compelling vision. I remember coming and, as a child, I'm trying to belong with the group of kids, and I'm learning, of course, the language. It's such a culture shock because, of course, they're not speaking Spanish. I come from, my father is Mexican, my mother is Spanish. And so we're trying to communicate through the language. Obviously, there's so many new things in this country that are fascinating to me. And the school system, everything, you name it, everything was so amazing and new. And I remember there were a couple of our neighbors that came to ask my sister and I if we wanted to go out and play. And they said, come out to our house. In our backyard, we have a trampoline. And I said, you don't have a trampoline. That only exists in the circus. And I thought for sure this was a language barrier. I'm like, there's no way you're going to have a trampoline in your backyard. They said, no, we do have a trampoline, come see. So we follow, and lo and behold, there's this huge black circle, and it's a trampoline. And my sister and I wasted no time. We just ran right up and started jumping. And the joy that just came through us, and this like amazing fun that we were having together. And that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with America, because I knew that anything was possible here. There were so many opportunities and so many resources. So definitely fell in love with this country. As a child, I developed a fearless mind. I developed a mind of championship. I had really hard moments growing up, but I also knew that they were temporary. And knowing that I was a part of something bigger, that I was a part of something that was infinite with limitless possibilities. And energy, we all know that can never be destroyed. So, what if we teach our children that there is a gift in the challenges? What if we taught our children that life is going to bring some of those challenges, and instead of trying to run away from them and avoid them, we're going to face them head on? Because I know for a fact that everything that happened for me during my life has helped shape me of the woman that I am today. And so I'm grateful for it all. Now, life brought me a beautiful gift of knowing contrast because of those things as well. Because I experienced some of the deepest of pain, just like I'm sure many of you in this room have, I now am able to really taste and completely appreciate the highest of the highs that life does have to offer me. It's just like a heartbreak, but you wouldn't have not given it your all to fall in love. Or just like tasting and savoring the amazing success. You wouldn't have otherwise been able to feel that unless you knew what failure was. So contrast, I'm grateful for it. Now, leadership starts with leading yourself first, leading your thoughts, leading your beliefs and your emotions. But human beings somehow think that it's the other way around. You are allowing those thoughts, emotions, and beliefs to lead you. It's actually supposed to be the other way around. And so keep that in mind as you go, that you are the actual voice. You are the compass that gets to lead this in your life. I want to remind you that it is not about falling down, but it's about the getting back up that matters. Think of any story in our history of mankind, and it's not about when somebody fell. It's about how they got back up, how when they were super defeated, fighting the battle, somehow they found an inner strength within that human spirit and that resilience of infinite energy where they got back up and they were able to rise above it, and then they won. That's the story of championship. That's the story that matters, the turnaround. In my studies, I have also really found that living through giving is a very powerful strength. When you think about it, whenever we're going through a hard moment, we're very inward. We're inside our thoughts and we're inside ourselves. But what happens is when you can shift the focus from yourself to other people, how do I serve at a high level? How do I contribute to my community? Everything shifts. When I was 31 years old, I started my own business, and most people told me the reasons I shouldn't do it. I, of course, had some amazing people around me who did empower me and inspire me to go for it. But most people were only trying to project their own limitations on me because that's what they believed. It didn't work, luckily. And the one thing, not only did I have vision, of course I had vision, to disrupt a very old system, but most importantly, I had a mission. I knew that I could help change people's lives. I knew that I could help bring out their human potential. I knew I could do that internally, and I've done it externally for our clients and other people. That's what matters, and trust me that I have had many hard moments in this entrepreneurship journey. The one thing that keeps me going every time, it's knowing that I have so many more people to give to contribute to help serve. So don't underestimate the power of giving. So if those three tools are very powerful and they absolutely work, having a compelling vision, also finding the gift in the pain, and living a life of contribution, then is there anything else that we might be missing? In 2019, I was able to go to Bali with a couple of my girlfriends. And I absolutely fell in love with the country of Indonesia. We were so lost in the wonder and the beauty around us. We were able to see the monkeys, play with elephants, and the food tasted so good, just so much sweeter. Well, in Bali, you have to have a driver. You must hire one to take you and tour you around the island. And this is Made. He's on the first photo here, as we see. He was wonderful. You can imagine 3 girls from the United States of America, and he was very patient with us. If you ever need a driver, by the way, let me know. I can connect you to Made. He's wonderful. But I noticed something when we were driving to a temple one day. And I remember clearly just driving down the road, and I'm seeing the Balinese people around me and just walking, and I noticed something that really blew my mind. They would stop throughout their day to pray consistently. Not just once or twice, they would just throughout the day do this routine, and they also would give offerings. So as I'm watching this, it dawned on me, and I said, Made, I've noticed that the people of Bali are very happy. They exude joy. I have yet to encounter anyone who is maybe feeling sadness or upset or anger. I'm sure that you feel all these feelings because we're humans, but I haven't seen it yet. Why do you think that is? And his response forever changed me. He said, it is because we have a simple mind. I remember the way that landed for me so powerfully. I had chills all over my body, and my mind was completely blown because of the simplicity of this message, yet there's so much behind it. Then he proceeded to mention, we are grateful every day. We live in gratitude, grateful for the breath of life, grateful for the food, and that we have a roof over our heads, and that we get to go to work and contribute to our community and to our people and our ecosystem. So what if, yes, it's about the tools that I've shared with you that absolutely work, but what if it's also about getting out of our heads and dropping into our hearts? What if it's about getting out of our mind, connecting to a higher essence? Perhaps it's about surrendering to whatever life is really bringing, to the law of allowance. Instead of trying to control things, because what if life is really giving us the highs and the lows, the beauty and the pain, and it's all a part of it? Perhaps it's all a gift. Knowing deep inside of us that we are far more than anything that could ever happen to us. The most beautiful things in life are unseen. It's like the feeling of falling in love, a moment of gratitude, a moment of grace, a moment of feeling success and achievement. All of these things have one thing in common, and that is that you must be so present in the moment. It's so hard to describe, because although it is unseen, it is absolutely felt. And you know it's true and that it exists. Thank you, TEDx.